my rights, like everybody else should be doing. Get rid of the politics in Washington.
Mr. Steve Moore.
Ladies and gentlemen, patriots, it is wonderful to be here in Wisconsin. By the way, what you need in Wisconsin, politically, in Madison, and throughout the state is regime change, right? We gotta get rid of the incumbents in this state. I saw the other day that the White House was talking about the kind of town hall meetings and tea parties like this, and he was talking about the fact that you all are an angry mob. But I will say this, I've talked to a lot of you yesterday and this morning. You're the nicest, angry mob I've ever met. But maybe this isn't a time to be nice, right? Maybe it's a time to start getting angry. People ask me if I get depressed about the way things are going in Washington, and it is easy to get depressed. We've taken on so much debt in this country, it's unbelievable. And all of these crazy programs like Cash for Clunkers and the stimulus plan. And so the other day I went into my office and there was a little email that was sent to me and it said, this is bound to cheer you up. And I was feeling a little bit depressed about things, so I thought, okay, I'll open this up and see what it says. It said, if you're feeling really depressed about the way things are going, just always remember, at least you're not Mr. Pelosi. You know, that did cheer me up, right? And I guarantee you, if we can have events like this throughout the country, Nancy Pelosi is not going to be Speaker after 2010. I guarantee that's the fact. And Harry Reid is not going to be the majority leader in the Senate either. And by the way, to make that happen, it starts in Wisconsin. When I talked about regime change, that means we need regime change in the governor's office, and we need regime change in your two senators in this state. Hey, how many of you in this room are watching Fox News at night? Raise your hand. All right. Isn't it? It's so awesome. And I've got some really happy news to report about Fox News. The new ratings just came out. I think you'll all be really pleased to hear this. Not only is Fox News beating MSNBC, CNN, CNBC, they're getting twice the audience of those networks combined, which is awesome. I was at the airport in Dallas the other day because I do, you all know Greta, right? Greta is a cheesehead from Wisconsin. And so I do her show almost every night. And this one little old lady, about 75 years old, runs up and throws her arms around me. It's always the 70-year-old women who do that. she throws her arms around me and she says, "Are you the one on Fox News?" And I said, "I am." I said, "Do you watch Fox News a lot?" And she said, "Do I watch Fox News?" She said, "I don't even know how to change the channel." I hope most of you are like that too. A couple of quick points that I wanted to point out to you this morning. One is, will you please work with me and the people at the Wall Street Journal and the activists all over this country? We have got to defeat this absurd health care bill. We've got to stop Obamacare. I will tell you this, ladies and gentlemen. I know you all know about the details of this bill, but there's something that you may not know. If you look at this bill, it's 2,600 pages, by the way, and almost no member of Congress or Senate has actually voted for this bill, which is an outrage in and of itself. But does anybody want to take a guess? In this 2,600-page bill, how many pages of that bill deal with medical malpractice reform? Zero! Not a single page deals with the biggest issue in healthcare, taking on the trial lawyers. We know how we can reduce costs in healthcare, right? Three things. Number one, medical malpractice reform. Are you with me on that one? Medical malpractice reform. Number two, allow people to buy health insurance across state lines, right? And number three, expand health savings accounts. All three of those things would save money. Second issue I want to bring up, cap and trade. I know that you have cap and trade and that they're trying to pass cap and tax in Wisconsin. We're obviously trying to pass it in Washington. I'm going to tell you something, and I feel very passionate about this. Ladies and gentlemen, I think global warming is the greatest hoax of the 20th century. Right? We have just lived through the coldest winter. My God, folks, in Washington, D.C., which is in the south, we had 5 feet of snow this year. There is no global warming going on, although Al Gore says all the snow proves that we have global warming. One last point I will make is I think that what we are doing in this country on our budget policy is fiscal child abuse. The amount of money that we are borrowing, if you look at the Obama budget, and this is something we cannot allow happen or we will lose our status as a global economic superpower. If the Obama budget passes, we will borrow $10 trillion over the next 10 years. 10 trillion, that is to say, we will double our debt in 5 years and triple our debt in 10 years. $10 trillion, by the way, has 13 zeros in it. $1 trillion is $1 million. We cannot allow that to happen, or our children will be so in debt they will not be inheriting the country that we did. I view this, ladies and gentlemen, as the #1 issue for our country, not allowing this absurd debt to go up to unheard of levels that we've seen in the past. So let me just say in conclusion, no more bailouts, no cap and trade, no more of these trillion-dollar budgets, no more cash for clunkers. And we have got to eliminate the incumbents who have voted for these things that are bankrupting our country. Folks, let's band together to do this. Keep reading the Wall Street Journal, keep watching Fox News, and keep fighting for America and a balanced budget. Thank you very much.